JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, alleged robber shot dead by licensed firearm holder in Portland. Detectives from the Criminal Investigations Branch in Portland are investigating the shooting death of a man by a licensed firearm holder during an alleged robbery in the community of Nonsuch this morning. Shortly after 3 a.m., the unidentified man reportedly entered the home of a retiree, held him up at gunpoint, and proceeded to rob him of cash, jewelry, and a cell phone, police reports say. During the robbery, the homeowner, who is a licensed firearm holder, managed to pull his gun and fired a single shot in the direction of the robber, the police said. The man was hit in the chest area. An alarm was raised, and the intruder was reportedly found lying on his back with a weapon beside him. He was pronounced dead on the scene by a doctor. Project Birthright to provide 11,000 undocumented Jamaicans with birth certificates, says Green. Approximately 11,000 undocumented Jamaicans will be provided with birth certificates this year under the government's so-called Project Birthright, which is being rolled out under the National Identification System, NIDS. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, said Project Birthright will coincide with the country's 60th anniversary of independence, which is being observed this year. He was speaking recently in the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives. Under the program, the NIDS project, in collaboration with the Registrar General's Department, RGD, will develop, implement and promote outreach programs at the RGD's branch offices and across various communities for registering needy, undocumented Jamaicans. Eligible participants will receive their birth certificate free of cost, said Green. He explained that Project Birthright will provide free birth certificates for undocumented Jamaicans with less than $37,000 of household income monthly. We have allocated 50 million Jamaican dollars for this project and expect it to benefit over 11,000 undocumented eligible Jamaicans over the course of this year. The program will adopt existing means of verifying if the applicants were born in Jamaica, said the minister. He said that as of July, Project Birthright registration forms will be available at the RGD's branch offices, the RGD website, the NIDS Fax website, and on social media pages. Forms will also be made available on the day of planned outreach events. In recognition of Jamaica's 60th, we are kickstarting this program by asking our members of parliament to aid us by each supplying the names of 60 persons across your constituency that are in need of birth certificates and fit the established criteria. In this our 60th year, we are going to take steps to ensure that each Jamaican can claim their birthright, starting with their birth certificate, said Green. This will lay the foundation for those persons to participate in our digital society, he added. 4 shot in Trelawney, 2 fatally by gunmen dressed as soldiers. 4 people were shot, 2 fatally, by unknown assailants dressed in army camouflage in the normally peaceful community of Duncan's, Trelawney, on Saturday night. The deceased have been identified as 28-year-old Jason Trail and Andre Dennis, 25, both from Red Dirt District in Duncan's. Reports are that about 7:30 p.m., both men were among a group of people gathered in the Red Dirt section of Duncan's when the heavily armed men pounced and sprayed the gathering with bullets. 4 people, including Trail and Dennis, were shot and taken to hospital, where both men were pronounced dead on arrival and the other 2 admitted for treatment. The motive behind the attack has not yet been ascertained. Man in custody after police seized gun and ammunition in Westmoreland. A man was arrested in connection with the seizure of a gun and several rounds of ammunition by lawmen during a patrol at Cornwall Mountain in Westmoreland on Saturday, May 28. Reports from the Salvamore Police are that about 9:15 p.m., a team of officers was on patrol in the area when they observed a group of men standing at a bar. On approach of the police, one of the men ran. The police made inquiries, and a man was seen removing an object from his waistband. He was accosted, the object retrieved, and found to be a Beretta 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 11 rounds of ammunition. The identity of the suspect is being withheld, pending further investigations. Furniture maker killed in Westmoreland. A furniture maker is Westmoreland's latest murder victim. 45-year-old Oral Wright was shot dead in his community of Nonperil in the Grill on Sunday morning. Reports are that Wright was trailed by his attackers shortly after 4 a.m. They shot him multiple times before making their escape. According to the police, residents heard explosions and summoned them. Upon their arrival, Wright was found lying in a pool of blood on the roadway with multiple upper body wounds. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. A man who is a friend of the deceased and who did not want to be identified said that Wright was an easygoing man. He shared that Wright also operated a nightclub in Negril. Him running business, me know him. A years now me know him, he said. Anytime we open our eyes and see sunshine, we have to give God thanks, he added in disbelief. Scores of social media users who learned of the tradesman's death commented on the state of crime in the parish. "Warm to the west side. Let us all pray," one Facebook user shared. "We're tired of it. Westmoreland again," another Facebook user commented. Wright is said to have done contracted work for a large number of furniture stores in the parish. "I make furniture for the Indian business them," a man said. According to the statistics recorded by the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, up to May 27, there has been a 64.9% increase in the number of murders committed in Westmoreland this year compared to last year. There have been 61 murders committed in the parish this year, compared to 37 murders committed over the corresponding period last year. 26-year-old man charged in Bedward Gardens triple murder. Detectives assigned to the Major Investigations Division MID arrested and charged 26-year-old Kevin Wright, otherwise called Trigger, of Augustown Road, Kingston, Savon, with the murder of 3 men and the injuring of another in Bedward Gardens in the parish on Saturday, April 30, 2022. The victims are 21-year-old Kevin Jackson, otherwise called Kids Friday, 24-year-old Rashid Edwards, otherwise called Boppy, and 18-year-old Kino Ray, otherwise called Brains, all of Bedward Gardens, Kingston, Savon. Wright has also been charged with wounding with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Reports are that at about 4:40 p.m., a group of men were at a field playing football when Wright approached them and opened gunfire. 4 people were shot and were transported to hospital, where Ray, Edwards, and Jackson were pronounced dead. The 4th person was admitted. Wright was charged on Saturday, May 28, after a question and answer session with his attorney. Bank worker skims more than $9 million from client. A customer service representative at one of the island's local banks confessed to swindling almost $60,000, approximately 9.2 million Jamaican dollars, from a client's bank account. Siobhan Mitchell, 31, of a Manchester address, pleaded guilty to unauthorized modification of computer and transferring criminal property in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Wednesday. According to police reports shared by the lead prosecutor, Mitchell accessed the bank system and transferred amounts totaling $59,130 to an account. The court was told that Mitchell had no permission to access the bank's computer system. Mitchell, however, pleaded not guilty to larceny as a servant and access with intent to commit an offense. After he was arraigned, Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks informed Mitchell that he would impose conditions for his bail and further inquired if he was in possession of his passport. "It expired, and when I checked for it, I couldn't find it," Mitchell told the judge. Crooks explained that should he impose the conditions, Mitchell has to remain in the custody of the police until the passport is handed over to the court. But the accused shared that he was accompanied to court by a friend and they journeyed from Christian in Manchester to attend court. Crooks gave Mitchell until June 3 to bring his passport and birth certificate to the court's office, when it expected that bail conditions would be added. A fingerprint order was also made. He's on $400,000 bail. 276 new COVID cases, 6 deaths. Jamaica on Saturday reported 276 new cases of COVID-19 and 6 virus-related deaths, bringing the total confirmed cases to 136,589 and the death toll to 3,055. Of the newly reported cases, there were 170 females and 106 males with ages ranging from 1 day to 90 years. The new cases were recorded in St. James, 86, Kingston and St. Andrew, 62, St. Anne, 42, Westmoreland, 19, Hanover, 15, St. Thomas, 15, Trelawney, 11, St. Mary, 11, St. Catherine, 7, Manchester, 4, and Portland, 4. Clarendon and St. Elizabeth were the only parishes to record 0 cases. Meanwhile, the latest fatalities are a 71-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, who died in January 2022, a 53-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew who died in February 2022, a 78-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew who died in May 2022, a 95-year-old female, a 79-year-old male, and an 8-year-old male from St. Catherine who died in May 2022. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 72 recoveries for a total of 86,903. The country's positivity rate from the latest batch of testing is 23.9%. 132 patients are hospitalized, 2 of them are critically ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.